best nameplate settings for Season 1 of Midnight. Hey guys, Petko here. For the past 6 years, I've been sharing my playthrough profile with everybody and making sure you guys have better nameplates as soon as you start the season. This time around, it will be no different. It's going to be available for free for everybody right now on Discord. So if you're just here to get the nameplate and the settings, they are going to be exported on Discord. And for the people that want to learn how to customize them and improve their performance, stick with me for the next 5 minutes. I'm going to give some general advice how to improve them if you like to, or how to change it based on your likings. Thank you for watching. Let's begin. All right, so first of all, how to get the nameplates exported. Have the Plater add-on /Plater. And as soon as you have this Plater add-on available, you go to profiles, import from profile, that's it. You don't have to do anything else. Everything is already set up for you. But there are several general settings you can adjust based on your likings. For example, the view distance I've set to 60. So from 60 yards, I can see the mobs. That is a little bit heavy on your computer. You can also bump it down if you like to 40 or 40. I think 60 is the recommended, but you know, if that's too light, if you can go to 40. And the rest of the settings, I don't recommend you to fuck around with unless you already know what to do. All right, so that is the first setting. Why these nameplates? Because it's easier to set focus macro interruptible with this, because you're gonna see in a bit how they are very neatly stacked together as soon as you're pulling like 7, 8, 9, 10 mobs, because that's where most people are struggling, and how you can have different colors. Okay, so I'm gonna show you right now in action how they look like. Just got like a random sample of today's VOD. I'm just gonna show you quickly how it looks like whenever you find like multi mobs. So you're gonna see some of the nameplates during the runs have different colors. That's going to be present for every single dungeon. I have coloring for the important mobs. Obviously, as the season progresses and I start to play higher and higher keys like 20, 21, 22, I'll be adding more stuff, because some things on 15 and 16 are not as important as compared, for example, to something on 22. So I'm pretty sure, for example, this cast that is not interruptible, by the way, it's gonna likely one-shot somebody if you don't stop it on like 22 key, but on a 15 doesn't do any damage. So they're gonna progressively get better as we progress into the season. And obviously different colors. So for example, if you see color like this, like blue or green, just means like important mob, you gotta focus this guy, kill this guy, and that's it. If you see magenta or purple or whatever, that means just bosses. And if you see yellow, that means a mob that has to be interpreted. That's it. Those are the 3 colors I use usually, or 4 colors throughout my entire Mythic Plus career, and all of these playthrough settings are imported and also downloaded for every single season ever since BFA. So that's like 16 seasons or like 17 seasons of seasons of data, all included in this player profile for free to everybody. Now I'm gonna show you how it looks like with the stacking. Now obviously a lot of you are still struggling, but for the most part, that's how my nameplates look like in a different angle when it comes down to stacking. As you can see, there are distance in between, and it becomes easier for you to target mobs. If you like to have bigger spacing, you can adjust the spacing based on your likings. That's how I prefer it. I've always played like this, and for me, having that spacing is good. You can have bigger one if you like to. You can have smaller one if you like to. You can increase the size of the nameplate if you like to. That's perfectly fine. It's so easily customizable. For me, it takes 1 second. The only thing that I couldn't add this season, and I tried multiple things to add, is 2. So the first thing that I couldn't add is having duration on my nameplate for the dots, for example. Previously that was allowed by having Omni CC the add-on. Unfortunately, that's not the case anymore. I cannot add anything. And the second thing is I cannot add custom scripts. Before, I used to add custom scripts, which pretty much you could change colors on mobs if you, for example, have flame shocks on them or agony or any dot per se. So it becomes a little bit easier when it comes down to, you know, just like managing dots or pandemic windows. But unfortunately, I am not able to make it work this season because my game keeps crashing, and it is quite annoying for the most part. We're just gonna skip forward a little bit just to see how the a lot of mob stack together looks like. But I think right now, if you look at my camera, I'm gonna turn off my camera right now. I'm eating on stream and just talking. I'm not really paying attention to how the nameplates should be, but yeah, I mean, you get to see the sample of like me fighting multiple mobs. I'm trying to find out, you know. Oh, it also shows who are the mobs casting on, right? Which is something that you can still make it work with general, you know, Blizzard nameplates, but I think having this is actually a big upgrade. So, for example, look at this. It shows look at this. Shows who is the mob casting on, which, for example, you can use abilities like Vanish or Feign it or Night Elf to like disable the cast. And you can also shows who has interrupted that mob. For example, if I interrupted or somebody else interrupted, it shows it, which right now in the current era, you cannot track people's interrupts. So at least you know that, okay, subconsciously they've used the interrupt. That means the next couple of seconds, they might not have it, you know? Stuff like that. So it can be useful to the extent for most of you, because I believe every single thing that gives you information and plus is actually advantageous for all of you. Okay, and that's about it. Just for one last time, I'm gonna show you how to add more. So once again, I've mentioned the coloring, but if you'd like to add more coloring to the nameplates, all you gotta do is just go NPC color right here and add any mob of your choice. You can see every single mob that I've added here in the past couple of years. This is pretty much like 4 years worth of data from like BFA Mythic Plus, from like Shadowlands, from Dragonflight, from the War Within, from Legion. You see all kind of dungeons here. It's legacy stuff, so it's one of the iconic profiles that is been out there for many years, and I'll continue maintaining this obviously to everybody, so you guys can enjoy a smoother gameplay. But yeah, anyway, so all you gotta do is just get to the nameplate and then just type the name of the mob, and then it's gonna appear, and then you can just type the color. Let's say my mob is called Bear. Just type Bear. It's gonna show the dungeon, and then just like boom boom. That's it. You press any color you like of your choice. That's it. If you're closer to the mobs, so previously you had an option once you get closer to the mobs to like press this arrow and just like put a color, but right now unfortunately it doesn't seem to be work. But that's the only way that I can add. Or you can also add the ID of the mob. If you know the mob ID, you can just plug it in. That's pretty much it. But look how easy it is. I'm gonna try to pull like a lot of mobs together right now. I'm gonna show you live in action, okay? So you guys can trust me. Under right angle, I put right now how many mobs? 10, 12, 13, 14. Okay, watch this. So that's how pretty much the nameplates look like in action. See that? I said that's like, how many mobs is that? 10, 12, 13. You can have, like, if you like to have bigger spacing, once again, you can have to. But for me, this works perfectly fine because I can just mouse over and target the most important mob. Let's say if I want to mouse over this guy, I just set my macro and I can attack this guy, and as soon as this guy is casting, I can just press my interrupt, boom, you know, and stop it. But anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you. Let me know if you would like me to export my party frames as well. And a lot of people have been asking before, but let me know what YouTube chat thinks. And I think that's everything that I could offer so far in terms of player. Once again, the profile is going to be on Discord. There's going to be UI channel there. So anyway, enjoy the time, and thank you for watching the video. I'll see you on stream. Bye for now.